there is a fine line between what is funny and disrespectful. Someone said something about my hair at the Oscars that left me in awe, not because I was relishing in rave outfit reviews, but because I was hit with pure disrespect and ignorant slurs. To say that an 18-year-old woman with locks must smell like patchouli oil or weed is not only a large stereotype, but also outrageously offensive.
My roots as an educator were in New York City public schools and inner city schools, working with disadvantaged kids, immigrant kids, kids who did not have an education of excellence available to them, really, and worked in some phenomenal schools back in New York.
En ese sentido, entonces, nos conviene como país, como sociedad, como escuela, a nivel institucional, promover el voluntariado y promover una cultura de solidaridad y de acción por parte de cada una de las personas. ¿Por qué? Porque el voluntariado construye capacidades. Las organizaciones dependen tanto de los voluntarios, sin ellas no podrían funcionar. Los voluntarios inyectan energía, dinamismo, nuevas ideas, traen capacidades, nuevas formas de ver y hacer las cosas y ayudan en ese sentido a las organizaciones sociales a hacer más con menos recursos y hacer más calidad, llegar a más comunidades y ampliar su rango de acción.
Décidément, rien ne t'arrête, toi. Et arrête de faire ton innocent sur les paquets de cigarettes. Tu m'étonnes, mais tu m'aides.
I don't want to depend on medicine in order to be happy. I don't want to depend on something else to feel comfort. So I started shifting my habits. I started eating healthier. I started playing sports, flag football. I started eating nutritiously. I started sleeping more. And at that point in time, I remember that I was given a class in college called e-business. And they told us, well, you need to come up with a website for your own company. And I was like, well, this is a really big project.
So please consider what I have to say. What I believe is that depth, compassion, and ideation are absolutely core, all three necessary, and arguably the three sufficient to transforming secondary education as we know it. And although I've mostly studied the system in the United States, most of what we do around the world, and I've visited many schools within the US and outside, are following a similar model. These are the keys to transforming it, and it needs to be transformed.
Sometimes when adults see us and they know our age, they think about all the things we can't do. 16 years old, can't vote, can't drive past 9 p.m., and don't even have fully developed frontal lobes. With all these preconceived ideas of what we couldn't do, it was impossible for adults to see us as potential part-time teachers.
Our vision was to launch a program where we could teach classes to younger kids, a values class and an English class. But before we could turn our vision into a reality, we had to sell it to the public school principals. We were young girls who were trying to teach even younger boys and girls, but we had the idea and the determination to start.
El siglo XXI. Nuestro legado durará mucho más que los minutos que le quedan a esta conferencia de TED. Así que no esperes ni un segundo más. No los desperdicies. Párate de la mesa de los niños.
Hello from the other side. I must have called 1,000 times.
Something beautiful, something that amazes you and you can't stop looking at it. And that's this whole event that symbolizes.
Thank Mr. Butt, Mr. Herzig, Mr. Shea for believing in us and supporting us in every step of the way for so long. And all of the incredible speakers, the performers, and especially the organizers who are here today dedicating their time and effort.